All right. Good morning, everybody. It is March 27th, 2023. Welcome back to the Lang Trading Chat Room. Hope you guys had an amazing weekend. Ready to rock and roll and get back at the trading. As always, it's going to go something like this. If you're new, I'm going to start off with the market bias. We're going to look at the SPY and the QQQ, determine which way we think the market's going to head today. After that, I'm going to review the favorites list on the right-hand side of the screen here. We got long ideas in green, got a couple short ideas in red there. After we review that list, it will be time to start day trading live. So that's what we'll do. As always, make sure you guys are practicing proper money management. Make sure you guys are following your own trading plan, not relying on anybody else's signals or anything like that. This is a very challenging business. You're not going to get rich quick. You're not going to earn while you learn. The only way you're going to make it is if you last. In order to last, you've got to have money management. So make sure that's your number one priority. And with that, let's get started on the markets, guys. So we got a little bit of a gap up today, gapping up slightly, just under that $400 mark, right at 398.18. So I think we're up to 400 today. We got on this daily chart, we got the 50 period moving average. We got some junk up here, but we've had a little bit of bullishness over the past couple of weeks. So with this gap up, I'm going to kind of expect that to continue into today. We don't really have any major news reports, a couple Fed speakers and stuff, but nothing's going to really shake up the market like a PMI number or something like that. So should be smooth on the news front. Q's a little bit less bullish than the SPY, but it also has ran up a lot more than the SPY has recently. It's at this double top here, and the SPY has quite a ways to go before it reaches that pivot. So maybe SPY catch up a little bit this week, but for all intents and purposes, this thing's looking pretty on the bullish side as well. I mean, we're gapping up over this little consolidation. Should have room to about 315. Yeah, that's kind of the bias today. Leaning on the bullish side. If we broke at 307 and went lower, it would be kind of a surprise to me, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm looking for some long ideas today. We have a couple nice long gaps. This first one on the list, pins, PINS. A pretty solid gap right here, gapping up over this pivot. A little bit of a hiccup right at like 29 bucks, but over that, this thing looks good. It's been in the stage one for a while. Finally trying to transition into that stage two. So we'll see if we can catch some pins on the long side today. Should be that's probably one of my top watches for sure. Next up, we got TSEM. This one's gapping up a little bit. I really wish it was clearing this pivot. Honestly, I wish it was clearing all these pivots. If it was up at the $42 area, I would like it a lot more. This thing, it was pretty strong. Then it broke that trend line. It's kind of making some lower lows, some lower highs. So not as hot to try on the TSIN, but definitely worth keeping an eye on. Definitely has a little bit of room to run up, so watch it. Next up is Key, KEY. Gapping up over a little bit of a consolidation. This is a banking stock, so it's going to look pretty similar to a lot of these Citigroup, Bank of America, that sort of thing. A lot of these stocks are gapping up today. Key had just a little bit better of a gap, gapping up over multiple bars, a little bit of a void. If it gives above this $14 area, I'm going to like it a lot more. It doesn't have a whole lot of range to get up there, but it does have that gap fill. So we're going to be watching that key up to 14 and maybe over 14. Next up is Microsoft, MSFT. This one's just been strong recently, and looks like it's forming kind of a little bull flag on the daily chart, hourly chart, kind of putting in a breakout. So I'm liking this. I really want to get over 283 before I'm interested. So, and this is kind of going to be a market play as well, depending on how strong the markets are, whether this is showing relative strength or not. It's kind of going to depend on how we go about trading Microsoft. And then Meta, Facebook, same sort of thing. This is gapping. Actually, it's gapping down a little bit, but it's been strong. It's forming a little breakout on the hourly chart. So over the 208 area, I'm going to keep an eye on it. But again, just like Microsoft, really going to be market based, depending on how much relative strength we have in that. And so far, it's really not showing relative strength. It's kind of selling off a little bit here. So we might be taking that off the list. We will see. So, all right, the market is open, guys. Market is open. As always, make sure you're practicing proper money management. Make sure you are following your own trading plan. You're not going to get rich quick, so don't even try it. All right, next up on the list, we have BLK. And, all right, so this isn't even a gap down anymore. Whenever I had this on the list, it was right here at 625, and it looked pretty good. Now it's all the way up here, so not going to be on the favorites list. We're going to move CAT up there, replace that. So, yeah, we got CAT. It has to get under 211. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. Needs to get under 211. If it does do that, looks great on the short side. So keep an eye on that. Next up, we got Adobe Long. Another one that's been strong, forming a little bit of a breakout right here. Should have room to about 390 or so. Not a ton of volume in the pre-market, but still pretty strong stock. Good daily chart, hourly chart, so keep an eye on it. Next up, we have Tesla. Tesla is just doing a ton of volume in the pre-market, gapping up a little bit. I really want to see it over 200. Over 200, I like it quite a bit, but I'm not touching it until it's up to that area. The last, and I don't know if it's the least. We'll just call it the last. The last stock on the list is Pepsi. Gapping up over this green bar into a void, not doing a ton of pre-market volume, mildly extended on the hourly chart, but still looks pretty good. This and KO both, Coca-Cola, same exact sector. So keep an eye on these. If they get it going, definitely want to be watching those. And then I'm gonna check. Might just throw this Bumble up here. Might just throw Bumble on the list since I ended up getting rid of BlackRock. So there we have it. Put Bumble on there. Gapping down under this 1850 area. I like it. Look for some weakness there. So, all right, with that, all right, CLX is moving up. So this is another kind of a backup idea I had. There we are. All right, and we are set to trade, guys. So, as always, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, you want any stocks looked at, anything like that, make sure you're throwing it up in the chat log. I will get right to it. All right, we're good. Good to go. Let's get on the trading train. Let's get it. All right, market is just really chopping around to start the day. Very choppy, no real direction here. So we're kind of dealing with this pivot on the 15-minute. It's like 399 area, so we're kind of in the no man's land right now. So be patient. No need to rush into anything. We got time. We have time. So I really do like this pins quite a bit. This is definitely my top watch. It's doing great volume. Honestly, I would take it underneath that pivot just because it is a pretty nice gap. But keep an eye on that. T-Sim is going to need to really impress me. The key is kind of pulling in. Microsoft is pretty choppy, whippy. Not a lot to do with that. Facebook is actually weak, so Facebook's not looking too strong here. Adobe's kind of chopping around. Guys, Tesla is strong. I do like the strength on Tesla. Keep an eye on this. Like I said, I really, really want it to be over 200. I'm not really going to be looking at it under that mark, but stay watching Tesla. Pepsi is strong as well, doing pretty decent volume too. So keep an eye on the Pep. Bumble, I guess it needs to get under that 1850 area. And then Clorox. Clorox looks good, actually. I really, really like this daily chart, man. I mean, look at this thing. It's just been gapped up, consolidating, putting in a nice level right at that 158 area. Now it's going to break out. Might have a minor hiccup at like 160. But for the most part, I think we could see this gap fill up to 164. So keep an eye on the Clorox, CLX. Same with pins. This is another one really want to watch, like I've been saying. Doesn't have a ton of range left. I really would like to see it kind of rest and give us an entry right here. All right. Not seeing a whole lot. I do want to make a note too, before you guys start harping on me. I am making a minor management switch. So instead of going for some full 2R targets, I'm going to be taking some smaller targets. I'm going to be raising my stop up a little bit too to take smaller losses as well. So I'm going to be aiming for a little bit higher batting average, lower reward to risk ratio, and yeah. So if you see me move my stop up, it's part of the plan. It's not just a freelance subjective thing I'm doing. It's a part of the plan. So if you have questions, make sure you ask. Make sure you ask your questions. It's the only way you're gonna learn. All right, guys. Pins is forming a pretty nice 5-minute 3-bar play. Pretty nice 5-minute 3-bar. If this red bar chops around above VWAP for the next 4 minutes, you can count me in. 17-cent stop. Oh yeah, that's money. So keep an eye on it. Yeah, man, that's the thing. That's noticed a lot of these stocks doing this, man. I'm like, like I think I'm like what I'm shooting for is now 1R targets, and I'm gonna be try to take like 0.75 to 0.5R losses. It's like stuff like this that I would have gotten target, and instead of getting out at break even, man, I was looking at my trades over the weekend, doing a lot of back testing, and I get so many break even trades, and then if I do have a loser, it's a full loss. So I'm going to try to limit the full losses and get a couple more winners here. So do I trade indices as well? For day trading purposes, like during this live stream, I only trade stocks. So I will be watching these indices, the SPY and the QQQ, just to get a determinant of the market bias. So I'm looking at these, be like, all right, what's the market doing as a whole? And then I'm looking at individual stocks to find out what my stocks are doing. So for this, like day trading in this stream, I'm only trading stocks, but I do trade some options and some other stuff with the indices outside of this stream. But, hey, what's up, Casey Lewis? Yeah, I can look at this real fast here. Take a look at PG. Guys, keep that close eye on pins. I'm serious. I'm going to be doing this PG real fast. 147, so you just got in right here. $3 stop at 144, so you're under the green bar. That's pretty solid. You might have been able to get this a little more room, like a 142.80, just to get under these bottoming tails. Give yourself a little bit more protection. Target up to 153. Yeah, that target's up in the top of that jump, so once you get to the bottom of it, like 150, you might start seeing a little bit of correction time, because that's a solid area of support. It's likely going to become resistance. So 153 might be a little bit up there, but I mean, this thing it kind of is in a stage 3. No, not a lot of clear direction, but it is above the 200, so that's solid. But yeah, you might get a little bit of resistance before that target. Back to come on, pins. All right, so now I'm watching pins as closely. Market's pulling in pretty good right here. Pretty big red bar on the SPY and the Qs. I guess Qs are kind of holding low today, so not as big of a red bar on Qs. But any of these short ideas looking good? Not really. Yeah, so everything's kind of pulling in right now. Longs are pulling in. Yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot from my list that's showing any sort of strength. So stay patient. We're only 10 minutes into the day. We got plenty of time to find a trade. Actually, guys, Tesla is the strongest stock on my list. Tesla is the strongest stock on my list, so keep an eye on that one. Same with Pepsi looks pretty stout as well. Bumble looks higher almost. Clorox looks good as well here. I don't like this volume. This is a really thin stock. I mean, it's only doing 30,000 shares, so it's a 27-cent slip or spread. So yeah, you can't take that with a 32-cent stop. That's impossible. 32-cent stop with a 27-cent spread. Man, you're getting more slippage than you'll know what to do with. Believe me, don't try it. Guys, cat's moving down pretty solid. I'm gonna keep an eye on this Tesla. I'm gonna take Meta off my favorites list. Putting Tesla up there because I like Tesla. It's strong. What about Microsoft? Microsoft's kind of pulling in here. So I want to watch the Pepsi as well. This one's doing a lot better volume than that Clorox. So I'm gonna take Microsoft off my list here. Yeah, 'cause I'm gonna keep an eye on Keith. I'm gonna take Microsoft off. I'm gonna replace it with Pepsi. There we are. All right. Oh, I didn't actually do it. There it is. All right. All right. Guys, I still do like pins as well. I still like pins long. Not as much as I did before, but pins you could still do a 40-cent stop. That's still reasonable. 40 cents. You only need like just over 29, 40. Yeah, guys, keep an eye on the pins. Still good strength there. I'm gonna need it to rest at high today. If it just rips all the way up here, I'm not gonna be like. I need a little bit more rest here. I do like it. I do like it, guys. Look at this market. Pretty whippy. Red bar almost completely engulfed. Actually, the Qs didn't completely engulf it, so Qs are looking a little more bullish than the SPYs so far. Watch Tesla still. I still do like Tesla. I really would like this to be over 200, guys. I really like it to be over 200. And it would still have range if it did that. $9 is average, only done 3. We need another 3 to get up there, so have like $6 of range done. It would have like $3 left. So just stay patient on the Tesla. Pepsi. This is both flag forming on the 1 minute on Pepsi. We got 180.40 by 180 at a 40-cent stop. A little bit tempting. Yeah, Pepsi's probably my top watch. I'm not going to get in on this 1 minute. A little bit too aggressive, not for my trading style. But I will consider getting in over high today. With a 60-cent stop. Oh, plenty of range left. It is mildly extended on the hourly chart. It's had like 6 green bars in a row, so gotta be mindful of that. But really nice void. Got some good strength, so keep an eye on it. And markets are completely engulfing. Look at this. What a strong move by the SPY. Qs with a really strong move. We completely engulfed. Now we're breaking high today. So guys, watch this pins. I still like it. Pins is nice. Pepsi's nice. Tesla's got some strength. Adobe actually looks pretty good. Y'all. Keep an eye on this Adobe. Look for like a pattern on this. Nothing to do with it right here, but watch it for a pattern. It's doing decent volume, decent at best, honestly. It's got quite the spread on it still, so. Yeah, Clorox is just super thin, man. Super thin. Watching ABBV. Alright. ABBV. A pretty solid gap into a void. Going long on it. Yep. Over 160. So not in it just yet. Stop loss in 154. Yeah, stop loss is in a good area. You got some support there. And target of 166. Yeah, that's pretty solid. See how this was a much smoother pullback? Then that other stock you're talking about, that's where it should be having an easier time getting back up to this 166, 168 area. So yeah, I like that one quite a bit more than the other one you had there. Got Netflix, Joel. I will look at that in just a second. I want to keep my eyes on pins right now. Actually, I got a second. I had Netflix on my backup list actually, so I mean, yeah, extended on the daily a little bit, but man, this hourly looks pretty good. You can definitely be considering this over 332. So it's showing some strength right now. But yeah, watch it over 332. It definitely needs to rest right here. I mean, yeah, I'm not getting in anywhere up here, but if it pulls back, maybe gives a little buy setup or breakout, yeah, watch it. So yeah, Netflix definitely showing some strength. So yeah, keep an eye on that one. Good stuff there. Key. It's pulling back into support, but I'm probably going to hold off on that. Not really seeing anything I like too much. Guys, Tesla does not look too bad. Neither does pins, actually. So pins would be probably be about a 40-cent stop on the pins. So I'm going to be looking at this here. Markets are definitely going higher. Pepsi's pulling in a little bit. Tesla's still up there, but it just kind of keeps peekabooing over that high of the day. So nothing to do with it just yet. I think I'm gonna get my order ready on pins 29.05 by 28.65. Got a 40-cent stop. We need 40 cents. All right. Give this thing a few cents. Yeah, I'm looking at pins over high of the day. It's like a 40-cent stop. Keep an eye on it. Tesla's pulling in a little bit. Cat. Honestly, I kind of like what pins is doing right here on this 1 minute. Coming up into this area, giving a little bit of a rest. So let's watch it. Markets are got a big green bar up, putting in a little bit of a topping tail right here. You gotta be mindful, guys. We still are under this pivot on pins. That is probably the main concern about this stock, is that it has not cleared that pivot at 29.17. I mean, it's really not a super clean breakout either. So I really like this 5-minute bar to complete itself and then maybe trigger on the next one. So we're gonna watch it. We got the order ready. I'm watching my thumbnail list on this right screen that you guys can't see over here. So, I guess Tesla's one I really want to keep an eye on. Really want to watch the Tesla. Pins is looking pretty good right here. You could probably argue to tighten the stop up, but I don't think it's needed. It has plenty of range to get where I need it to go. All right. We got about 1 more minute on this pins here. Honestly, the 1 minute's consolidated enough. I'm gonna put my order in. Pins 29.05 by 28.65. Orders in there on pins. So we should be getting triggered any second now. Honestly, though, if it rested, oh, there we go. So we're in the pins. Got a little bit of slippage, nothing too bad. So I'm going to keep my eye on this. Probably going to be raising my stop up, depending on how it goes. So we are watching the pins. We are in there. And this TSIM, I'm taking it off the list. It doesn't look that good anymore. Adobe does look pretty solid. Microsoft's kind of struggling. Meta's same thing. Clorox, man, it's so thin. Looks good, but it's just so thin. As Netflix does look pretty solid, especially. I mean, it needs to rest here. If it keeps going, it's not going to be tradable. But if you get a little bit of a rest, I'm liking Netflix. So, guys, pins off to a good start. I'm going to raise my stop up a little bit here. I'm not going to be taking a full loss on this now that it has that nice little pop. So, raising the stop on pins a little bit. Hey, what's up, Zap? How you doing, man? Welcome back to the stream. Guys, Tesla. I really want to keep an eye on this thing. Be about $1.50 on the stop. I've been saying I want it to be over 200 this whole time, but it's looking good. I think it's going to get to 200 is the thing. I mean, if I can get it up to 200, that would be target at this point. That would be target. It is a great day to trade, man. All right, guys, pins is off to a solid start, so I'm going to raise the stop up a little bit more here. I'm going to protect a little bit more. So now we're at just a half R risk on pins. Just a half R risk on the pins. As 197.39 by 195.82. That's what I'm looking at on Tesla. I'm looking at it. I want to see this market. I want to see Tesla tested by the market. Like the spire, the Q's pulled back, gives a red bar, and this thing just chops around up here. That'll be the straw that breaks the camel's back. That'll be me getting in there after that. So 197.39. I'm gonna get this order ready, guys. I'm liking this. 197.39. Stop is 195.82. And then target. Oh, we don't need much out of this. 199, just under it actually. So yeah, that's pretty solid. I like that. Hey, what's up, Farhad? How you doing, man? How you doing? I never replaced it. I'm gonna put Netflix. Oh my goodness, Netflix just won't stop, man. Adobe's pulling in right here. I guess I'll throw Adobe on the list because TSIM just doesn't look good. Oh, not that. There you go. Well, Adobe's pulling in pretty good too, though. So, all right, we are watching Tesla. We are in the pins. PINS. We are in it. Stops up to half R risk, so nothing. Not losing a full R on this one. We ran up about half an R. So we went up half an R, pulling back a little bit here. This markets are pulling back a little bit as well. So, actually, I'm gonna give this a little more room. A little more than half R risk. All right. Just in case we pull back and try to retest this VWAP, I really don't want to be tagged out on that. So, I guess we'll just be. So I'm gonna go quarter R risk actually. There we go. So 3/4 of an R on the risk. This is what I wanted to see, honestly, on the SPY and the Qs. Nice little red bar. We'll see how Tesla's holding up. It's pulling back right now. It's pulling back at the moment. I really don't want to see it break this area right here. If it breaks the 195.80, it's going to be a lot tougher to go long on. Guys, watch this Pepsi, PEPE, or PEP, sorry. A lot of range left. It's not doing great volume, but it's doing decent volume. Got an semi-decent spread, so keep an eye on the Pepsi. You got room to take it over high today, so watch it. This thing's looking weak. Adobe's kind of rolling over. Cat's going higher. The Microsoft and Facebook are chopping around. Man, Netflix just keeps going, keeps it moving. It looks like it has a lot of range left, but it's actually already at its range. You can see here, it's already. I mean, it's got another dollar maybe. So we can watch Netflix, but not my favorite idea just because of how much it's already ripped this morning. So, guys, Tesla, look at that. Look at Tesla hold that area. It's exactly what you want to see. Now we need a green bar right up. If this thing engulfs all the way, there's a 100% chance I'm putting an order in. 100% chance I'm putting an order in. Oh, so I'm gonna get my order ready. 197.39 by 195.82. All right, 195.82. Yeah, there it is. That's the parameters for the Tesla. And yeah, we're gonna need like 190, just under 199 for a full target. Give this thing quite a bit of room here. Don't want to get skipped on Tesla. Actually, hold on a second. What was that? Yeah, there we go. All right, got that order in there. Actually, I don't think that order was right, was it? It's looking weird. I think I put the wrong share size in there. Yeah, I mean just on these, I guess. All right, I'll fit. Okay, now Tesla's not looking as good. So cancel Tesla. Never typed it in the chat though, so it's all right. Spy's still pulling in a little bit. So it's a pretty whippy market this morning. Real choppy. Big red bar completely engulfed with the green. Now we got some more red bars pulling in here. The pins is still pulling, testing that VWAP. So we're testing VWAP, pulling in a little bit. Guys, Pepsi's still strong. Ooh, looks like we might be getting tagged on the pins here. We will see about it. Still got a little bit of room. All right, Pepsi. Guys, Pepsi looking like the best thing out right now. Showing more strength than anything else I see. Tesla really pulled in. Pins is pulling in a little bit here as well. So maybe we get a little bit of a bottoming tail here. We'll see, but not feeling too warm and fuzzy about that thing. Had a nice initial pop. Initial ran up about a half an hour, pulling back here. Don't see much on the short side either after this market sell-off. So really just looking for relative strength at the moment. So yeah, my short list is it's not too long. It's a pretty short list. It's a short list. Some of these backup ideas are just hanging out, not doing much. I guess Coca-Cola is one you could watch. Keep an eye on the KO as well as PEP. KO and PEP both looking good. Yeah, Coca-Cola actually has a lot more volume than Pepsi, so I like that quite a bit about it. A lot more volume, a lot better spread, about the same amount of range left. So yeah, you can get like a 19 stop on Coca-Cola. You do have a little bit of a pivot at like 61.50 right there. A little bit of a pivot, but keep an eye on the PEP. Yeah, my short list isn't too long. I mean, look, this is it. Cat, I can move that to trash. Bumble, trash. And BLK is hard to borrow. So I mean, it's this is a short list. Guys, look at pins putting in a nice bottoming tail. So now I'm moving my stop up to that bottoming tail. If we get under that bottoming tail, I don't want any part of it. If we break that, what we just did right there, I don't want any part of it. And if we break out above 29.10 again, I'll probably move it up a little bit more to at least a half-hour risk. So keep an eye, guys. I'm moving KO to the favorites list. KO's looking pretty solid up here. KO and Pepsi. I mean, they're exact same sector. They're both beverage sector, or whatever it is. Coke, soda pop. What are you guys? Is this a soda crowd, a pop crowd, or a soda pop crowd? What do you guys? I honestly don't drink soda, so I don't talk about it that much. But if I do, I think I say soda most of the time. Growing up, it was more of a pop, but now I've matured to say soda. EGLX. That's a daily swing, right? Yeah, it's testing that support. This thing puts in a new high above 0.8. Hold back. Looks good. I guess you got earnings today? You got earnings today after close or something? Midwestern. Hey, I grew up in the Midwest. Come on now. Of course I'm going to say pop. I have a can of pop. All right, guys. I mean, Pepsi has the better pattern right now. I mean, this is a pretty solid breakout pattern on the Pepsi. We'll double top up here, so keep an eye on this. It'd be about a 60-cent stop. So you got plenty of range left. And pins is still just chopping around up here. Still just chopping around. I mean, good thing we gave it room. Would have tagged me out at half hour. Gave it a little bit of room. Stayed in there. Markets are still not doing a whole lot right here. I mean, a pretty doji day to start off. Doji, narrow range. We are past the 10 o'clock hour, so should be getting a little more direction, hopefully. Actually, Tesla still doesn't look bad, guys. A little bit of a shakeout right here. I'm going to watch Tesla still. I probably would still give it the same stop, about $1.50. But, yeah, watch it. Definitely watch it. Pep just put in a nasty red bar. That's not what you want to see when you're trying to go long on a stock. KO chopping around still. Pins is pulling in a little bit more. So yeah, if Pins breaks this bottoming tail, I'm going to be out of it. It'll be it'll be just under like a 0.7 R loss or something like that. So definitely not a full loss. Probably right in the range where I need my losses to be at, actually. So not real worried about the Pins right now. It's going to do what it's going to do. I managed it out how I'm supposed to manage it. So that is a per plan trade right there. Follow my trading plan. The market does the rest. Went into today with a bullish bias. I still stand by that. I still think we're going to go a little bit higher here. We're pulling back, but this green engulfing bar, I mean, if we break this area at 397.50, we might be in for it. But until we do that, I'm holding my bullish bias. As the Tesla, still interesting. Like I said, still interesting. I really wish this was happening at 200, 201. It'd be a lot better. I mean, all this junk over here is throwing me off just a bit. But, all right, Pep and KO. These are definitely the two top watches right now. Pep and KO. All right. Not much else going on. Oh, you guys got any day trades you're looking at? You swing trades maybe? Got a couple swing trades open. Let's see how those play out. Man, Pepsi's just getting kind of weird, man. I guess it's holding VWAP, but I'm gonna need this thing to come right back up. I need it to come right back up. Pins is just playing games, dude. Oh my goodness. It's just chopping around right at VWAP. Honestly, I think all I need on pins is just a green bar out of the market, and I think we're good. I think a green bar out of the market would fare me well on the pins. Pepsi and KO both kind of pulling in a little bit more, so yeah. I mean, Pepsi's still holding support though, so I can't really harp on it too much. Market's putting in a little more red here. Really want to see it hold this pivot right at 397.60. If it doesn't do, okay, so it just broke that. So now 397.40. Got to hold that or else might be in for it. And do you guys have any short ideas? I would really like a short idea. But there's just nothing out here. No. You can actually. We're out of pins. We're out of pins. Got tagged out 29.79. Like a 0.7 R loss. Tagged out a pin, man. This thing really just tags me out. I might be a little bit annoyed. Just tag me out, so you better roll over, you dirty dog. I mean, after putting that big topping tail, like that's this is what I was concerned about with pins. Whenever I got in, I was like, it's not over that resistance yet. That's my main concern. What did it do? Just peekaboo over that resistance and pulled right back. So, guys, Tesla still looks pretty good. Still want to watch this Tesla. We're watching ELF and TFT. Oh, what are you? ELF. A little bit thin on volume. You can watch it over high today, but it is a little bit thin, mildly extended, but not too bad. Showing a little strength. And then you're looking at TLT. This is a 20-year Treasury bond. And so for day trading, I'm not going to be day trading this, just because it is not a stock exactly. So yeah, it's a fund, but honestly, I don't even know. This thing's kind of in a range. Support below, it's gap down, so leaning long on it, but no clear direction there. As KO pulling back, so not looking too good on the sodas. KO and Pepsi both pulling in. Like I said, Pepsi still has it. Pepsi still hasn't given it up too bad. Honestly, it's kind of what you want to see. A little bit of rest after a big move up. So yeah, watch the Pepsi still. Tesla. Want to watch Tesla. Probably give it that $1.70 at this point. A little bit more. Guys, Pepsi's putting in the green bar. What I don't like about this is how it's kind of thin. It's like gapping around a little bit. Showing this 1 minute. Getting some like intraday gaps and stuff. So a little bit worried about the spread and volume there, but charts aren't looking too bad. Long swing on DHI. PR important. Consumer home building. Yeah, definitely in a pretty strong uptrend. Been grinding higher. Did just make a lower low Maybe at the little top here. So got a little bit of a resistance up here at 100, but I mean it definitely isn't a uptrend. Higher highs, higher lows. It did just make this lower high, so a little bit concerning there, but yeah, pretty strong stock. Swinging 96. Yeah, it has a little bit of resistance to get up here to that 99, 100 area, but you gotta stop at like 94, 95 or something. Yeah, definitely got a little bit of a 2 to 1 in there. So, all right, hey, good pins. You better pull back. You better keep going. Tesla. Guys, I'm still watching the Tesla. I like this thing. Really didn't pull back as hard as the market did. Market had basically retested the low of the day, and Tesla just kind of did a little bit of like almost a 50% retracement. So, still liking the Tesla here. Like I said, probably would be that. Give it the $1.70 on the stop. But watch it. Watch it. Other than that, I don't see much. You can still watch Pep. I mean, it's going to really need to impress me, though, and come up here with some strength. Okay, I don't see anything else from my list that jumps out at me. Interesting Microsoft, actually, Guys, let's watch Microsoft over high of the day up here. 281.50. Be about $1.82 on the stop. You need right at that pivot for the full 1 hour target. So yeah, watch it. Watch it. Meta's got a lot more work to do. Yeah, Netflix. I'm not trading Netflix today. I mean, it just ripped. Didn't have any quit. Maybe could have taken it right at market open, basically about a $3 stop or so. Would have gotten 2R, but definitely a little aggressive. Yeah, Adobe looks pretty junk. Honestly, not as junk as Cat though. So I'm gonna replace Cat with Microsoft. There we go. So I'm watching Microsoft over that 281.50 area, right up here. Ooh, plenty of range left. Still holding this trend line, so yeah, watch it. There we go, pins. Yeah, roll over, you dirty dog. Tesla's pulling in a little bit. Man, this has been a pretty choppy market today. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we have been chopping around, completing golf, right back down, like a 90% retracement. Now we're struggling around here. I really wish my short list wasn't so bad. Oh man. What do we have on this? Oh, just those two. Nice. Some of these metals were gapping down earlier. Nope. They're ripping higher now. Hey, there we go on pins. Right, if it's not going to work, I like to see it completely fail. If you're not going to go all the way to target, just roll over. That's what we're getting in the markets right now, man. Getting some bearishness. We break under this low of the day. We got room to drop to 396. We got about $1.50 in range on the SPY to go lower if we break. Yeah, could have went back to bed this morning. Honestly, this is kind of a junk list. Nothing's really looking good. Markets are super choppy. Doji day. Look at that. Pins would have held like a hair in a biscuit. My original stop was 28.65. Yeah, KO's not looking super hot anymore. Adobe looks like it may have set the bottom with this big bottoming tail, but I don't have a ton of confidence in that. Not a lot of volume there, pretty widespread, so not exactly for me. I still do like Tesla. I do. I still like Tesla, so watch it. And Microsoft as well. It's breaking out over these pivots. Next pivot is up at like 283. So if we break these, it should see 283. So we give it like a $1.80 on the stop. You're going to need over 283, just a bit. Ooh, man, markets are looking pretty weak, actually. Markets are looking pretty weak, so I don't know. Maybe we do break down into 397.50. I don't see much for the short side, though, so breakdown wouldn't help us out too much. I guess you can watch this LMT breakdown under like 473.80. It's not a terrible idea. It's thin on volume, though. Thin volume, 40-cent spread, so be very careful for trading that. Whew. So I really don't see much else right now, guys. I'm kind of watching the Tesla somewhat. Doesn't look, I mean, markets did just break under low of the day, so this is showing relative strength, no doubt. So that I do like about it. You would need to give it the wider stop right here, though. And it's going to need to give you a much better pattern. Like getting in over high of the day just off a couple of green bars up is not going to cut it. Honestly, Microsoft kind of looks the best. You got a 281.50 by 281. You need exactly 283. Keep an eye on the Microsoft. Oh man, Amazon. Never mind. Never mind. Don't look at Amazon. A lot of junk. Yeah, dude. I'm tired. Shouldn't have slept in on the weekend, man. I think that's why everybody doesn't like Mondays, because everybody sleeps in on the weekend and they wake up on Monday and they're like, oh, it's so early. You're just groany, grouchy all day. BNTX for short ideas, maybe? Yeah, it is at some support, though. You're definitely right about that. It's already put in a full day's range. Yeah, I mean, it's probably the best short idea, but I don't like it. Is it even? Yes, okay, you can trade it, but yeah, this bottoming tail here on volume, that might have put the low of the day in there. So yeah, like you pointed out as well, it is at multiple areas of support. So this whole 120 section. It's bounced here quite a few times, so kind of got to expect it to bounce there again until it shows you some sort of weakness. I might end up just taking the one trade on pins. Honestly, I do like this trade too. 29.05 by 29.80, 65, 40-cent stop. Not bad. Not too bad. But yeah, I don't see anything else that I'm really liking here. It is kind of forming a bull flag, but it's tough. Tesla's just chopping around right here. Actually, Microsoft doesn't look bad, guys. Microsoft is my top watch. I'm not going to take it just on one random green bar up here, though. I want it to go up here, rest for at least one minute bar, and then take off. So we have time on Microsoft. Key. All right. Honestly, though, a pretty tough market for trading, guys. Pretty tough. I mean, this is extremely choppy. Look at this 1 minute. Not a lot of direction here, man. It's up, down, up, all the way back down, up, down a little bit more. And right now, it's looking a little more bearish than bullish. If we break above the 398, right, this pivot right here, should get a little bit of a bullish move. All right. Feels like it's been a boring morning, honestly, though. Feels like it should be like 11 o'clock right now. It's only 10:20. So I'm probably gonna call it a day here in about 5 to 10 minutes or so. So yeah, don't have a whole lot going on. Hey, off to see the wizard, man. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna stick to my trading rules. I'm gonna follow my trading plan to a T. You guys better be doing the same thing. Yeah, best of luck to you guys, man. Have a great week, Zaf. Appreciate you coming in the stream, man. Always love seeing you here. I mean that. All right. And depends. Man, this thing really did hold my stop by a penny. It held it by 1 penny. Man, if that's not the market god, like I just switched up my management. Like if I was doing my old management, I would still be in this thing. That's the market gods just kind of playing games, man. They're like, all right, you just switched it. All right, let's test him. Let's make the stock go 1 penny from stop loss, and then hopefully it doesn't. If it hits target, it is what it is. But honestly, hopefully it rolls over at this point. Sorry if you're in pins, but that's how I feel about it. All right, guys. KO still looks pretty viable for a trade. This 15 minutes looking pretty solid. Nice consolidation, run up, consolidate at resistance, breaks out above it. Nice little consolidation again. Watch it. If you go high of the day, it's like a 22-cent stop. So I mean, it definitely has range in it. Definitely has the range to go higher. So yeah, watch Really want to get in at 61.34. It's a bit aggressive. It's a bit aggressive, but also I think if it gets 61.38, it's probably going to rip. So we're gonna wait and see how this 1 minute plays out here. See what the market's kind of doing. If the market starts moving up a little bit, I'll probably be a little bit faster to get my order in on KO. But, yeah, so right now we're looking at a 22-cent stop on Coca-Cola. Thinking about the 20-cent stop, or 20, or I guess it'd be what, 18 cents? 38, 34, yeah. So thinking about the 18-cent stop, well, it's going right here, so probably not. If we take this thing, it's going to be the 22-cent stop. So just watch it. Really don't want it to break right here. And look how many bars up we are in the 1 minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars up. You have up that many bars? Are you thinking buying or are you thinking sell? We're up 5 green bars in a row. 6 green bars in a row. You think we're going to go higher or go low? Just generally speaking, you go lower after being up 5 bars in a row. Man, this thing is showing stellar relative strength. All I need is a little bit of rest out of this, and I'm going to be in it probably. The range is good, doing great volume, got a great pattern, great relative strength. So, man, it's going right here, isn't it? Son of a gun. Just slow it down, KO. You knockout killer. Look at the strength it's showing against Pepsi, too. Damn. Alright, breaking it by 1 penny is not a huge problem. So I will still be 61.39 by 61.16. It's about a 23-cent stop there. Oh, the pins peekaboo there. There we go. So pins would have stopped out. Pins would have been a full stop. So not bad. There we go. So we're watching KO. KO's top watch. Honestly, kind of the only watch. Microsoft is just really choppy right now. It needs to get back up to that 281.50 area before I'm interested. Tesla keeps pulling back lower and lower. Just watching this KO. Watching the Coke. Alright, so I probably will be calling it a day in a couple minutes. If you guys have any last minute questions, comments, concerns, make sure you throw them up in the chat log. Man, this thing just won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Markets look like they're going lower. Looking like the markets are going to fill the gap here. Tesla's lower, yeah. I really don't see much. I don't really see any way I would have been able to trade KO even. I mean, I'm not buying it down here. You could have argued to get in at the 61.34. An 18-cent stop, you'd be up about just under half an hour. But, oh man, I'm honestly struggling watching KO for a pullback. If this thing gives us a buy setup in the 61.30 area, I'm going to be interested. Alright. So I guess I can stay on for a little bit longer, see what happens with the Coca-Cola. But there's your pullback we need. What is this? All right. So, did you guys trade anything today? Anybody take any trades? Or close any trades? Anything like that? How's your day going? How are you guys navigating the markets? It's been a choppy market, choppy bearish. Let's see, not exactly what I expected. I definitely went into today with a bullish bias. Definitely went in with a bullish bias. Didn't have much on my short list really at all. Yeah. So, because I did a decent job navigating the markets. A little bit aggressive on the pins, but I still liked it. Still had at least a decent pop. It's not like we got tagged in and then immediately rolled over. So, this is kind of what I want to see on Coca-Cola. It's kind of what I want to see. I don't know about a green bar keep moving up, but we get a little bit of a pullback right here. Bop, bop. It would look pretty solid. The spine cues are weak right now. The SPY's trying to fill the gap down to 396. Uh, all right, guys. I am not sure if I'm going to be trading Coca-Cola, but regardless of whether I do or not, excuse me, uh, I am going to hop off of here. So, I mean, unless you guys have any questions right now, type it up in the chat log. Otherwise, I am going to be calling it a day. Still watching this KO for a little bit of an entry, maybe a breakout, maybe a buy setup. We will see. It still has pretty good range left, so room to trade it there. And then the other, I was on pins. So we got into pins, lost about 0.7 of an R on pins, so not the end of the world, kind of a normal loss there. So pretty solid trade, but yeah, that's it. Just watching the Coca-Cola for an entry. Otherwise, going to end the day down 0.7 R. So thank you for everybody tuning into the live stream. As always, we'll be back here tomorrow morning, 9:25 Eastern Time. Make sure you come on in, check it out, say what's up. We'll be here. So until then, take care, everybody. Have a good one.